Hello everyone! Welcome to my day one in New York City. I just arrived and there are so much stuff to pack in. Look at this. I brought like all the food, all the clothes. But anyways, at first I didn't actually want I didn't really think of doing this. But I feel like, since I'm in New York and all, what is even a greater idea than actually documenting my life in New York City? OMG, I'm finally here. Well, look at me, look at this. Look at this. I know it's nothing, but gosh, it's New York, guys. It's such a small room. I should have got for 1,300 USD. And this is the size of the room that I got, but it's freaking New York City, baby. Anyways, let's pack in a little bit. I got so much stuff to pack in, but in the meantime, I want to just, give a little update about my life, what I'm here to do, and yada yada yada. Later on, I'm going to go to Manhattan for a meetup with one of my very admirable person. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I really admire her, and then finally I get to meet her in New York City, which I'm really excited about. And more than that, it's about just, going to New York. So, talking about New York City, this is actually not the first time I'm in New York, by the way. I've been here 2 times. The first time I was here was when I was, I think, 14 years old, if I remember correctly. I only remember it was after my secondary school graduation, and then I came here for 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks summer vacation, summer school, whatever. And then the latest time that I was back here was in January, super cold. But I was only here for 10 hours, because I actually did a transit from here to Chicago for the Yale audition. And then now I'm back here after months. So this is actually the second time that I'm in New York City this year, 2026 alone. And I'm here for actually an acting school as well. And I am so excited about this. There's just so much to pack in. Anyways, I've been yapping a little bit too much. I'm gonna do the yapping business too. Well, so that's a little bit of an update about why I'm here in New York City this time. It's not actually too hot here. At first I thought it was going to be really hot, but considering me coming from Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, which is super hot all year round, and especially during the summer, it's crazy hot. I think, to be honest, this is, 30 degrees, not too bad. It's okay. 20s, that is the perfect range, not gonna lie. So why is it so echoing in here, by the way? I just realized this might not be really soundproof, and I've been speaking so loudly, but whatever, who cares, right? So, now my mom just literally packed in all of this. There are so much food. All of these are going to last me, hopefully a month, probably not more, and I think it's going to help me a lot, considering moving in to New York City, which is, can be quite extravagant, expensive, and I really want to also spend the money on theaters and traveling and sightseeing and all that stuff. So, I guess maybe save up a little bit on food. So I got all these baby. I got all these baby, and hopefully it's going to be enough for at least a month. Alright. To be honest, I'm hella tired, guys. I just landed from a 20 hours flight. So I flew all the way from Saigon, and then I came to Qatar, and then Qatar to New York City. The whole journey probably took me 20 hours, and now upon thinking about it, I'm suddenly stuttering words because I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the tiredness is starting to get into my system, and it's just weird because I was quite energetic just a little bit earlier. Anyways, I don't even know what I'm talking right now, and what am I supposed to be doing? I'm so confused. There's so much to be doing here. I feel like whatever. I'm going to probably take out my clothes, some of them, and then just put it in wardrobe. I mean, I don't have a very big wardrobe. It's only like this size, and apart from that, like it's just it. So I think I in the meantime, I'm probably going to just keep most of my stuff in the luggage. And yeah. So maybe I can talk a little bit about. Okay, what did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to say that I'm here for the summer program, summer acting school. Summer acting program at the Atlantic Acting School, which I auditioned for earlier this year. So it's a very long story how I got into the Atlantic Acting School, but essentially, I really wanted. I mean, this year I really wanted to get into Yale, David Geffen School, acting school, and apparently I didn't get in. You know, like I mentioned earlier about me flying over to Chicago, in I think February. I was wrong earlier when I said January. I mean February, for the audition, which I did not get in, which is fine. I was devastated back at the time, obviously, but I feel like everything has its own reasons, and I don't want to interfere with that. You know what? I feel like I'm just going to yap a little bit, and then I'm going to stop the video because honestly, I can't focus on two things at the same time. But you know what? I've been thinking, like on the plane, I've been thinking and journaling about a lot of stuff, like spiritual stuff about pursuing dreams and things like that. And I think I saved it in my phone, and I actually want to read it for you guys because it's honestly really freeing in a sense. And especially, I think it's not going to just act as a reminder for me on this journey as an actor, but also for all of you here who somehow come across this video, because I think these words, hopefully these words, are going to touch some of you folks, artists, whether you're an artist or a business person or whatever dream you have in pursuing, which you think sounds so impossible right now. I want to read you this journal that I wrote today. On the plane. Hold on, let me pull up. All right, you ready for this? The world will convince you that it is impossible for you to make your dream come true. Especially in this day and age, more people are taught to believe in the words of others, and so they disbelieve in what could be possible for them. And it has created a collective who live as it's supposed to be or as it is, and everything is supposed to be really hard. In a way, I do agree that it would be impossible to explain how everything could be possible for you, because there's no one way to doing it. And oftentimes, it is a very spiritual journey, which involves loss of trust in divine intervention. I don't think many of us are truly ready for divine intervention. So whenever there's a discussion going on, you have to ask yourself whether it is true, or what part about it that is true, or what that collective discussion is missing. 99% of the time, it is divine intervention. It is a divine intervention that is often missed out in the conversation. But of course, we are built to believe in our five senses, which assure our survival. But many people have learned to rely too heavily on them, and that's a huge disadvantage because there's more than that. There must be. Again, everything is about connection. If it's not the result of nepotism, then it is the result of divine intervention. Being in the right room at the right time and meet the right people. And in order for that to succeed, there are two things you need to do. Oops. I mean, the lights is automatic, I think, so that's why, like, if I don't move, I mean, if I'm like literally dead, like, it will just like just shut off, you know. Anyways, so back to where I was I left off. And in order for that to succeed, in order for you to succeed, there are two things you need to do. Number one is to understand yourself and the people you want to be in your life. Number two is to leave it up to God. If God could birth the entire universe from nothing, create everything from nothing, make us and this entire world from nothing, then what makes you doubt that God cannot make your dreams come true? A lot of the times, God won't give you everything that you want, because if it is not needed to make your dream happen, why should you even be involved in it? It is simply a distraction. So you have to take life as unseriously as you can, because there are supposed to be a lot of surprises for you. Even though we live in this collective, we are each still different, completely different. And I do believe that God created each of us with a very unique design. If it is meant to happen for you, it will. In times it feels like nothing is happening, lean into trust. But it sure can happen, and it will certainly happen in a way that you least expect. Believe in the vision that keeps you awake at night. The vision that keeps your heart ache in joy and fulfillment. Because it is meant to be yours. It is meant to be yours. The how is often revealed only one step at a time. And it will scare you off if you know everything that is going to happen before you get what you are meant to have. If Moses knew that the tragic of Egypt and the Pharaoh befalls upon the rise to freedom of the Jews, he might have not considered that. The how is supposed to be known by God only. And as long as you keep building faith and listen to your intuition, the next step will be revealed to you. Now this is the hard part. It's not about you not having enough money. It's not about you not having enough connection. It's not about you not having enough talent or anything that might come to your mind. It is rather about not having enough faith. And I shall add, resilience and withstandings. That should concern you, because lacking faith means you could miss out on all the doors that could lead you to where you want to be, because you're not even willing to sneak peek to see into the possibility on the other side of the door, let alone stepping into it. Building relationship with faith is not a linear line, and you would likely hesitate and doubt if that door even exists, even if it's right in front of you. Sneak peek and back out. Sneak peek again and back out again. Take another door first, then find out on the other side of the door is full of garbage. Then realize you made a huge and terrible mistake. Doubt yourself if you're meant to have this, if there's any space for you in the world. But here's what we often miss out. That door to your dream, it is still there, waiting for you to step into. It never goes away, does it? And you know it. So, I mean, I hope that it makes sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty long journal, not gonna lie. I didn't realize it took me that much. I mean, like on the plane, it seems like the time just passed really fast, you know, like I wrote this probably for an hour without even realizing that. That's why like it's super long. But anyways, I hope that that I, first of all, remember what I just said about the opportunities are things that are created out of nothing. And so, because I've been reading, especially as an artist as well, there's been like the story of um, of not being able to break into the industry because there are a lot of gatekeeps, and you have to know a lot of people. I mean, the important, the big guys, the big brothers in the to be able to like step one foot into this industry. But even though I cannot control how is going to happen, and perhaps it is true that this industry is all about connection, but that doesn't mean that I cannot make connection as an artist, that doesn't mean that miracle doesn't happen for me, because perhaps it's already a way plotted for me by God, and what I need to do is just to believe, have faith, and take that next right move, and then just move towards that direction. And no matter how big it is, no matter how crazy, how impossible it seems, and which I have the credit to say this because I've been doing this, and I've been failing, I've been taking chances, and I've been failing, but upon realizing all of these steps that I have took, perhaps I didn't get to the outcome or the destination that I wanted to get into back at the time. Oh gosh, my lips are really dry. Anyways, but they led me to this moment right now, to here. They led me here. I'm here in your city because of all the experiences, all the things that I have done. And I mean, I'm not gonna say everything now because I know that it's going to be a lot. It's been years of me pursuing this acting, not only in the US, but also in the countries that I've been to. But through every phase of my life, of this journey to become an artist, they've all taught me a lot of things. And to be honest, without all of the experiences, I wouldn't have become the unique version of an artist that I am now. And so I believe that this is going to set me different from the other actors. And I'm not saying that, I'm like better than anyone else. But I do believe that every artist, every one of us can be special. And I'm just saying that if I can find the uniqueness in me, if I can find something that is special about me, that can reassure that on this path there will be a way for me to make it there to my dream, then it's the same for you too. Alright? It's gonna be the same for you too. Whatever you think you are, like no matter how small you think you are in the world, we are all very small in this big vast universe. And who created us? Well, I'm not going to convince you to believe in religion or to believe in spirituality, whatever. It is your belief, it is your life, you make your own choice. But if you feel that this speaks to you, because really at the end of the day, there must be something bigger than all of us, right? There've got to be. And the world would convince you, the collective would convince you that there's no chance for you to break out of this cycle, right? To stand out. But if you're meant to stand out, there's nothing in this world can hold you back. It's all about the right timing, that's what I believe. And so, we'll see. Welcome to New York City. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. big light will inspire you. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.